Journaling is such an amazing way to help improve your mental health and your general well-being. Hi, I'm Jeff from The Ancient Master, and today I'm going to tell you and show you also how to use the wellness journal that I have designed, how you can use it to improve your mental health. Now, if you have purchased a copy of this journal, let me just give you a few tips on how to use this journal, because there's about 21 exercises in this book, and let me just give you some ideas and guidelines how to use it. I would like you first to page number 1 in the index area. You will see there's the following activities. Number 1, monthly goals. Under monthly goals, you will identify all the activities that you would like to add on and that you would like to do during this specific month. You will also notice that there are 12 monthly goal sheets that you can use, and these sheets are there for one sheet per month. You'll see there are small goals that you can use, and you can break the small goals down into steps to take the how, the when, and the who aspects that you will put in there pertaining to your mental health. And there you can put in anything regarding your mental health. Say, for instance, you are in the recovery from substance abuse and you need to work on your boundaries, you need to work on assertiveness, you need to work on your sobriety plan. Here is the tool that you can use to put it into action. And that's why I say not everything you can do maybe in this particular month, and then you transfer it over to the following month in terms of your small goals and the steps that you need to take. So that's the first aspect of your journal. But let me just tell you one thing, that personally I believe you don't need to allocate more than 5 minutes a day to journaling. Yes, you've heard me correctly saying 5 minutes a day, because it's a plug and play system. If you look at the journal system, how I have designed it, it's a plug and play system, which means that you just tick off the marks that you've achieved, that you've completed, the tasks, the assignments, and also maybe a sentence or two that you can add on. After the monthly goals, you can add the activity regarding challenges that I'm facing, challenges that you are facing as you are in recovery. What kind of challenges are you currently facing in your life? Write it down. Be aware of all the challenges that you are facing, and then on the right side, right column of that activity, write down the lessons that I'm learning from these particular challenges. You will also see that these activities got a cross-referral system, which means that, say for instance, I am now stuck. What are the lessons I'm learning from my challenges I'm facing, and I can't answer it? Well, hang on. The other following activities will also shed more light on this burning question. So that's how you also complete it. Also, another comment I want to make is that regarding the 21 activities here, how on earth will you be able to complete it within 5 minutes per day? Easy. You don't have to do them all. Focus on the activities that are relevant for today. What happened today? So maybe you don't face any challenges today, so skip, move on to the next activity. Let's move to the next activity on page 18, which is what makes my heart smile. Here, write down, today, did anything happen that made my heart smile? And if yes, write it down. Write down the date. What made your heart smile? What was fun? What was amazing today? Give recognition to it and say to yourself, this is what happened, what made my heart smile today. Well, it makes my heart smile by watching preparing this video for you and watching myself here in the video screen. That makes my heart smile. Okay, so let's move on to the next activity, thought of the day. Any kind of thought, any kind of positive thought, idea or verse of the day, quote of the day that came to you that was really amazing. Write it down, as well as the date. And give recognition upon your reflecting of this day, what happened, and you just write down what this amazing thought was that you experienced today. The following activity that you'll find there on page number 24 has got to do with harmful beliefs. In this section, you need to identify during the day, as the day goes by, what kind of negative thoughts is coming your way. Any brain dump activity, any negative thought, destructive beliefs, limiting beliefs that you need to write down there. Because, listen, we can't believe everything that we think. And sometimes we have thinking, negative, limiting beliefs that hold us back. And in this activity, you basically write down, identify your harmful beliefs, and then start thinking, how can I replace this belief with a positive thought, with a truth, another perspective on this way I'm thinking, which is not good. Next activity, page 27. What inspired me today? Any inspirational moment that I've experienced? Oh yes, write it down. Anything that happened to you, like a movie you watch, a song that you listen, a sermon, a speech, anything that really was so inspirational. Give recognition to it. Write it down. Then, regarding this activity of inspiration, there's a follow-up. The best part of my day. What was my highlight of today? Page 32. Write down the best part of my day upon reflection. What was my highlight? And think. There must be some good things that happened today. And when you journal those things, we've got so much reason to be grateful for. And count your blessings, the best part of my day. Speaking of gratitude, the next activity is the daily gratitude exercise. Here you write down things that you're grateful for, as well as people that you are grateful for, and the reasons behind your gratitude. And you will also see how all of these activities are interlinked with each other. And the best part of my day, like the previous exercise, could also be transferred over to my gratitude exercise. The next exercise on page 45 has got to do with memorable moments. Here you identify all the wonderful events in your past that really has got something on, a celebration, an anniversary, a name of your best friend, pet, your say favorite holiday spot and restaurant, a special day in your life. Write down in these blocks only the amazing word, sentence, and name, because it works with positive triggers. Write them down, and in days of distress, when we don't feel well, when we page back through our journal, then we think about these wonderful positive triggers in our lives and we give recognition to it. Let's have a look at the following activity, which is things I have accomplished today. And this is going to do with your wellness. Anything pertaining to your wellness that you feel is necessary to give recognition. Maybe for the first time in a long time, I've started to eat breakfast. I've showered, I've shaved once again. I've managed to pull myself up from the bed. Give yourself recognition for those small, minor accomplishments. Then on page number 59 is your prayer journal. Here you can also write down all your prayer requests, the date of your prayer request, the item, the contents, in other words. Pray about it, leave it, later on you come back. Let's see how your prayers have been answered, and in the fourth column, how your prayer has been answered. And by the way, that answer and the way it was answered, you may as well just transfer that over to your gratitude journal. Let's move on to the next exercise, namely your dream journal. Here you can also record your dreams. Dream is like a movie. So this is also the way how you can interpret your movies. Your dreams. It is a movie, in fact. And what you do here is you basically write down the date of your movie dream, who was in your movie, or the characters, the location of your dream, the genre of your dream. In other words, what was the weather, the atmosphere like in your dream? What was the feelings you experienced in the dream? How did you feel after waking up? What were the symbols in your dream? Write them all down. Then finally try to draw your dream, and that all of those points added together will give you some hints how to interpret your dream. You can also, on page 72, write down any brilliant ideas that came across and write it down in your journal. And remember, keep your journal with you on the bedside, work, wherever you go. Your journal is supposed to be with you. Even if you only use 5 minutes of your day, sometimes there's a brilliant idea that pops in your mind. Write it down, and then you may as well just transfer that activity over to your monthly goals. This is how you will remember better. This is how you will be able to organize and plan your life better. Don't you agree with me? This is such a practical tool to use. In a practical way. Some people ask me often, Jeff, what practical tools can I use to really make my recovery so practical? Well, this is where the Wellness Journal comes in. It can really help you in such an amazing way. Practical. Speaking of practical things, here follows 4 different kind of trackers that you can use. 4 trackers to track the state and recovery of your mental health. First, your sleep tracker, then your mood tracker, thirdly, your habit tracker, and fourthly, tracking your triggers. The first tracker then is your sleep tracker, and here you just track your sleep in terms of how did it go, and when it was a restless sleep, maybe give it a red. If it was moderate sleeping during that specific time frame, give it a yellow, and then if you slept very, very well, give it a green, like the colors of a robot that you can use. And please don't try to track while you are trying to sleep. This is upon reflecting the next day, how did I sleep? Then you can use your highlighter to highlight the hours with the different colors in terms of how did you sleep. Then you can also use your mood tracker. Look there at the legend in terms of numbers that you can give yourself. If it was a good mood during my morning, give it a rating in the afternoon, and a rating in your evening, because 3 times a day we rate our mood, because never will your mood be the same. All the time our mood fluctuates. If you do this tracking system over a month, you'll be amazed to see the consistency in terms of how you feel different in the mornings, afternoons, and the evenings. Pick up a trend. That's what I want to show you here in the mood tracker. And if your mood goes down, if it drops, then you know you have to intervene and something has to be done. Third tracker system is your habit tracker. You track positive habits that you want to start with, like for instance having your breakfast, going for a jog, going to the gym, and any positive habits that you would like to start. Record them with a tick mark. Negative habits that you want to break and stop, you also write those habits down and start tracking how many times a day have you been doing that, and so you're also tracking your recovery in that area. The fourth tracker is your trigger tracker, and here you track any kind of item or incident that has triggered you. You write down the date, you write down the incident, what happened in 1 or 2 sentences. You write down what happened, and then thirdly, your response, your panic attack, your anger outburst, suddenly being upset. Write down your response, because a trigger is something that instantly happened to cause an instant reaction, a response. And write down your response in terms of your physical sensations. Number 2, your emotional response. And then thirdly, your behavior. How did I act? What did I do? Behavior, emotions, and also physical sensations. In the 4th column, write down your coping skills. What would be the best way to cope should the same trigger happen again? So here I will think about practical ways, taking a deep breath, moving myself away from the incident, and just drink a cup of coffee, go for a jog, put my hand in the fridge, anything, praying, speaking to someone, phoning someone, a very, very practical step to take in terms of when the trigger happens again. Because we need to be ready, because triggers, if we don't deal with them effectively, they will come back and back and back the whole time. They return should we don't deal with them. And when they do come and we are prepared for these triggers, then we have an effective management plan. So that's your trigger management technique. And let's also, I like activity number 19, places I would like to visit. Write down there all the places that you still would like to go, and also the things you still want to do in your life, movies that you still want to watch, and books that you still want to read. Do those amazing activities. It's worth it. It's worth it to plan your life ahead regarding your bucket list, all the wonderful things you still want to do in your life. This is not the bucket that you kick when you die. This is the bucket of life. All the wonderful, wonderful, amazing things you still want to do with your life. And then finally, you write in your journal the lessons that you've learned today. What are the amazing lessons that you've learned today that really had a significant impact on your life? And now I want to take you back to the challenges I'm facing and the lessons I'm learning regarding those challenges. Perhaps it's a good thing now to look at this final activity, and where you've written down things that you've learned today. And how are these lessons then perhaps applicable to your challenges? What lessons are you learning here that can help you to deal with the challenges that you are currently facing in a more effective way? Right, now I've been through all of them. I would like you to look once again at the index page. Isn't it amazing to see how all of these activities flow into each other? None of them are freestanding. They are all interrelated. Do I have to use my journal every day? Well, ideally, yes. But if you skip a day, it's not a train smash. It's not the end of the world. Tomorrow you just carry on. The idea is consistency. The idea is to track your life better. The idea is to organize and plan your life better, to become more deeply connected with yourself, to know why I feel the way I feel, to know why I'm triggered, what triggered me, what's the best way to handle my triggers, to understand the things that I'm grateful for, to have perspective in my life, to reflect upon my life. So this is all of the wonderful ways how you can learn to really become more deeply connected with yourself, understand yourself much better, because self-awareness is such an amazing tool to learn to know yourself better, why I act the way, why I feel the way I do. Then, what I would like to say finally, mindfulness. Your journaling system is such a powerful, mindful tool. Mindfulness is the ability to remain in the moment, to be aware of what is happening in the moment. And the journaling system, the way I've explained it to you, will help you to connect with the moment, to ground yourself being in the moment. Some people even say that this system is like a form of meditation. Yes, you can use the wellness journal as a way to meditate, to think deeply, to just sit quiet and reflect upon the past day, the day that's just passed, or to reflect upon what's lying ahead. But before I think about what lies ahead, I just reflect in my journal what I'm thinking, what's going on through my mind, and I connect with myself being in the moment. And the more we do this activity of being in the moment, the more effectively we handle stress, the better our relationships become because we are able to listen more effectively. You can also use the journaling system to connect better with your partner. The two of you actually can do it together and then to share the contents with each other, maybe once a day or even once a week. I trust that you will find all the useful benefits of the journaling system also applicable to yourself, that you will also enjoy, that you will also see the fruit in your own life as you are using this journal over the next year. Because this journal, the way I've designed it, will last for 1 year. Should you be finished before that or after a year, please contact me and I would gladly send you another copy. Enjoy your journey with your journal.